You good?
I'm good.
First of all, I want to talk about the hat. I love the
What do
hat.
you think? Okay, what do you think of that hat?
I
Is
have
it
many opinions, and being on this station, none of them are pure. So,
okay? Because
But
the
you can't
funny
swear in this
thing,
one.
I like Jim's hat too. But the funny thing is, this hat is totally innocent. It's from Jerry Mathers. Leave It to Beaver.
Oh, I love it.
that's
My
awesome.
favorite.
And
My favorite
and
show.
I met him at a couple of events that I do. I do, Comic-Con and kind of events. And he was at one with Tony Dow, Wally, and I had to go meet them.
Nice.
I got to meet these guys. I grew up like Jim on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he sent me a hat. He sent me a couple of hats, and then I sent him some stuff. But I don't know if they know what that means.
Listen,
You know,
if it's younger people, they're gonna go, all right. If it's
I
not, then they know the reference. Either way, it's a great hat. I love the
I
hat.
can elaborate. Look,
it's
I
funny
want to
because it's
elaborate.
so innocent. Huh?
I want to elaborate on that. So, one time, many years ago, me and Vin were just kind of hanging out backstage, and I said to Vin, I go, "That was pretty cool that your brother was on, the Ed Sullivan show, wasn't it?" And he goes, "Yeah." Yeah. And I said, "Well, what was it like for you to have your brother?" He goes, me personally, I'd rather be watching Leave It to Beaver." I always thought about
I
that. You said that to me, and I thought,
I
oh, me
did.
too.
What a shit. What a shit.
And I thought, well, no, I thought I get it because we were little kids, and I thought to myself, me too.
Yeah. No, the Ed Sullivan thing was pretty cool. I mean, it was like, oh my God, my brother's on that. I was more nervous than he was probably
Yeah, I bet.
because that's a live show.
Hmm.
And not only that, they had rehearsed the whole week, every day. Everybody that's on that show, that's how it was put together. And so it was a pretty nerve-wracking thing. But Leave It to Beaver rocks.
That's
So
right.
Oh my God.
good question, Pat.
Well, speaking of rocking, obviously Sabbath Knights. They're going to be at the Backlot August 17th, hosted by myself, Pat McMahon, 92.9 WBUF. Vinny Appice, of course, the original drummer of Dio, drummer of Black Sabbath, and now, of course, Sabbath Knights. And you're on a tour right now, man, right? You're all over the place.
I'm all over the place, but right now I'm home. I'm leaving tomorrow to go to New York. Not tomorrow, Wednesday to go to New York to do a rock fantasy camp with Pete Best from the Beatles. I mean,
Wow.
I want to. This is cool. I want to meet him and Tom Hamilton from Aerosmith and Daryl from the Rolling Stones. He's the bass player. So should be a good camp, and then come back and then get ready for some. I got a gig out here in Las Vegas with Sabbath Nights.
Gotcha. And then,
So
of course, Sabbath Knights here on August 17th. And the guy who's going to be singing is with us right now, and that's Jimmy Crean. He, of course, is a Buffalo
yeah,
Music Hall of Famer. And you and Jimmy go way back, right? Jim's a Buffalo guy. And so, we love that he's part of the best band here in Buffalo, Hair Nation, far and away. But now, he's obviously been doing things with you, Jimmy, or Vinny, for a long time. Like, how did you guys meet? How did you guys hook up?
Well, Carmine and I do the show we have called Drum Wars. And back in the day, we would find a band in that area. If we were playing Buffalo, we go, okay, we need to come up with some band members that were good. And then we'd send them the songs about 6 weeks before, and hopefully they learned them. And we'd get there, and one of the shows, it was up in Buffalo, and Jim was there. Jim was the singer. I went, oh, okay. And then he sang the show with us. At first, we did the sound check, and we were like blown away. Like, wow, this guy could sing. And that's how we met. And ever since then, he wanted to be the singer in Drum Wars, and he was. He'd fly into every gig, and it was great with having Jim and the rest of the band. Uh, so that's how we met, and then we went on to be friends and keep a relationship, and eventually doing some projects together. So it was a
Made
great
some great
fun.
records together too.
Yeah, not many people could sing Dio and Ozzy in one band because we did a bit of each, and then back then, and now with Sabbath Knights, it's mostly Dio, but there's some Aussie stuff in there as well. So Jim could kick ass on this stuff. So it's great.
Jim, is that intimidating to you? Like when you were trying out, when you were auditioning, that sort of thing, like that's a big, I mean, you're in front of some major names, some major people, and you're just wailing and you're an amazing singer. Like, was it nerve-wracking for you?
No, I mean, because don't forget, before I did that show, I mean, I was doing it for about 25 years prior to that, maybe 30 years. Yeah, 25 years before that. And I had, played regionally up and down the coast and nationally, really all over the country. So I was already accustomed to playing with a lot of established musicians. But when I met with Vinny and Carmine, I was just like, it felt like home, and they were just such great guys that I clicked with them right away. I felt like I knew these guys forever. So once I got in the band, or the first show I did with them, we were already buddying up, and by the end of it, we're exchanging phone numbers. And I think Vin, the next night you guys were supposed to play in Rochester, I believe, and you canceled the band and put me on, and then I finished a few more shows. So that's kind of what happened, and it was just now I truly do consider Vinny and Carmine Leslie and his Leslie, and we're family.
Yeah, we're all family now.
Above all the music stuff, I mean, yeah, we're bandmates, but above all that, I mean, we're truly best of friends and family. I mean, it's a whole different relationship we're in now. So
Vinny Appice on the phone line with us, also Jimmy Crean. We got Sabbath Knights coming up August 17th at the Backlot. You get tickets, livenation.com for that show. And Vinny, is it like that with a lot of bands where you're family, or is it more of a business? I mean, because it does seem like you guys have a great connection, and Jim's told me all sorts of great stories about being with you guys. But what obviously being in Dio, being in Black Sabbath, what's it? Is it a family atmosphere, or is it more of a business usually?
It's more of a family atmosphere with all those bands. Dio more than Sabbath. Sabbath, was a different thing. When I first joined the band, I didn't know Geezer and Tony that well, nor Ronnie, but Ronnie and I hit it off kind of the way Jim and I hit it off, and we became friends. And then Ronnie would come over the house. Plus he lived close to me. Geezer and Tony at that point were in England, and so there were always maybe gatherings at certain times at Ronnie's house that Geezer came to and Tony came to. But more in Dio, we were all buds, it was a different thing. And then all the bands I played with, it's been pretty much like that. Actually, I was just trying to find some old pictures of Ronnie, and I came across some pictures of in my old house when I did a little thing with Phil Moog and Pete Way. They came to my house, UFO. And Tracy G from World War III, and who played in Dio. We called it UFDO. It's a cool name. And I just found pictures of big party at my house. Phil and Pete were there, and all Jeff Pilson, all these people. Like, wow, we used to have a lot of parties back then. And so that kind of, I'm Italian, so it's like, hey, come over and eat. That's what happens even with these guys that from different countries. So and that's what happened with Jim. We became really good friends and family, and our band, Jim Caputo on bass and Artie Dillon, we hang out together, we enjoy each other's company, and we play great together. So it's a great band.
Sure.
That's why. This is not a money grab or anything like that, because there's not a lot of money in it right now anyway. But it's fun. I'm enjoying doing this, playing with some great players, and it's fun to play these songs. There's a lot of stuff from the Mob Rules, some from Dehumanizer, Heaven and Hell, some of the old Sabbath, and it's fun. We're not looking to become big band and sell records and stuff. This is a good night of music. It's going to kick ass. So
it's going to be a party. Sabbath Knights, August 17th, the Backlot, with you, Vinny Appice, Jimmy Crean, Buffalo Music Hall of Famer on the vocals. And I was going to say, what else can we expect that night? Obviously, it's going to be a party.
I'll wear the hat.
Fun. Yeah, definitely
I'll wear the hat.
That's a must.
I know it's so funny, right? Because sometimes I look at the hat and I go, maybe I shouldn't wear this where I'm going, the specific place. But he sent me the hat, and I went, my God, I wonder if they know, because they were very straight back then, and they Tony and Tony Dow and Jerry Mathers were still kind of straight, the way they grew up. They went to military school and stuff. So it's a real funny thing that I got this hat. So
Definitely
That's
come to see
great.
the hat. Love the hat. What else? I mean, yeah, what can people expect when they're at the Backlot to see Sabbath Knights?
Beaver fever
um
is what.
Fever, fever, 100%. Yeah.
Fever and Sabbath Fever. And they're gonna expect a good show. We've all played together before. It's gonna be really tight. And it's kind of, I went to see a couple of tribute bands here, and it's not really that. It's a tribute to the music, but we're a real band, and I would call it a tribute plus because I'm the plus. I was in the band. And being that we played together, we've done a lot of gigs together, Jim and I and the rest of the guys. So it's going to be a great time. It's going to be fun,
Well, I
you
can't
know.
wait. It's going to be a damn good time. You get tickets at
It's a
livenation.com.
like
What's up?
Vinny said. It's like Vinny said. We're a seasoned band. I mean, the four of us have played tons and tons of shows together because it's a drum wars band, and the four of us we have so much chemistry and history together. We've traveled the whole country in different aspects together, and these guys know how to travel. They know how to playing, because it is different when you play in a different city every night than it is just playing your local uh
Yeah,
venues. It's a whole different mindset, being in a different city, different crowds, different everything. You're on the road, and these guys are very roadworthy, and I think that's
different
what
rest, different
different.
sleep.
It's total different sleep. And Vinny, when he decided to put this band together, he wanted to make sure that it was a roadworthy band that could go out there and really
Yeah.
really perform at a high level every night. And I think we have that here.
Yep. We'll see you on August 17th. I'm not going to take up any more of your time because I know you got another one to run to, but it's a pleasure meeting you, man. I can't wait to meet you in person. Coming
Yeah.
up here on
Thank
the
you, Patrick.
17th. Jimmy tells me all sorts of great stories and great things, so I'm really looking forward to it,
Yeah.
man.
And it's great that this is recorded on Ronnie's birthday too. So there's
Yeah,
a tie-in there. And
Happy birthday, Ryan.
yeah, happy birthday, Ronnie. We all miss you, and keeping the music alive, That's the other thing. This is some great music, and we're gonna kick ass with it. So,
that's right. That's
so
right.
come on down.
All right, buddy. All
Thanks,
right,
Patrick.
guys. No, thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, see you later.
Talk soon.
Thanks. Bye.